Hi, my name is John Ingles. I was elected to council 4 years ago, and I was appointed to county council as well in a vote that occurred at the first meeting of the township council. It wasn't that I had to fight anybody on that vote. I was the only one who was interested, and as it turns out, I may have to fight if I get elected this next time. I'm really enjoying county council as well as the experience I've had on the township council. When I was first elected, and I remember talking about this in AMPA, I thought roads was the biggest item I was going to have to learn about, and that most of my time would be spent dealing with roads, because the roads budget does consume about 40% of the money that you send in to us to spend each year. However, as it turns out, roads are being pretty well handled now, and I spend very little time thinking about it. Far more time on things like community halls, fire departments, complaints that people have. Norcan Lake is a huge issue right now. There's a large fight between the developer and many of the landowners, and that's ongoing, and I think it will be for the next 10 years. So in talking about, I'm not going to talk about myself particularly, because I think the number of you might know me just from having been on council by now. I will say I've been here 39 years and I've been operating a business for most of that time, so I certainly have some opinions about business development, which I think is very important in this township. My own business is not tourist oriented. Tourism is the main focus of business here, but in talking about the next 4 years, I've chosen 5 topics. There are many more, but 5 is an easy number to remember. The first one is financial viability. I kept hearing warnings from Bud Clayton that if we didn't handle things well, we were going to get absorbed by the province. This would no longer be a standalone viable township. In order to be viable, we have to be financially responsible. I've been quite unhappy with the way budgeting has been done, and I would like to continue to try to bring in changes to the budget process whereby we start earlier and we take a top-down look where council has more of an input. The way it happens now is we look at a detailed budget that has been prepared by staff. To my mind, it's not enough control. So we need to start earlier and have more input at the beginning. The other aspect of budgeting is capital. We're in a pretty good position as far as our infrastructure is concerned. We hired KPMG to do a study. They said, you got to spend a little more on your capital budget, and basically it's not a disaster here. So control on the operating side and continued vigilance on the capital side. Number 2, business development. I'm on the Economic Development Task Force with Ron Higgins, and it's chaired by Councillor Betty Hunter. I've been working on business development for many years. To me, it's still a conundrum. I don't know how you do it. Business development happens in the private sector, enabled by the public sector in terms of cooperation, available infrastructure. We don't have much infrastructure here, so we have to really focus on what we have. Good relations with staff, and that's an ongoing training process, and development of what little infrastructure we have, and preservation of the natural environment, because that's why people come here. Which, point 3, I think lake protection is of fundamental importance in this township. And anytime there's a big development proposed on Ardoch Lake, and people know how I feel about that, I've written about it on my blog, I feel that lakefront owners do not own the lake. The quality of water has to be preserved at all costs. Number 4, I do believe we've got some changes due in the fire service. I think all 3 fire stations in the township should be equally staffed, if possible, and equally equipped. And the whole of council does not agree with me on this. I'll continue to lobby for it. Number 5, increased transparency on staff. We have problems, I think, with the, I would agree with others here that the procedural bylaw needs to be changed. I think councillors should be able to talk to any staff member. It's been a problem in the past, it does not have to be a problem in the future. Thank you.